Hello everyone! So, mabuhay. Ako nga po pala si Teacher Lian. Saan tayo? Ayan. So, okay. So, since marami nagme-message pa rin for the coaching and unfortunately, sorry, wala na po tayong time. So anyway, just in case you're still interested to join the ESL industry, okay, so here is the presentation that I made for, of course, anybody, higit lalo sa mga Pilipino na gustong syempre Tagalog, di ba? Kasi yung isang teacher sabi niya, hindi pa raw niya ganun kagamay ang pagsasalita ng Ingles. So, ang ginawa ko, sige, purong Tagalog po tayo para at least ma-record ko, as in, para sa mga Pilipino lang talaga. Ganon. So, wala nang ibang makauunawa kung ano ang ating pinagsasabi. But anyway, ayun. So let's begin. And here is the whole shebang. All right. So the title of presentation is Unlock Your Global Classroom, Your Guide to Teaching English Online. Okay. So ito ay ang paraan upang magbukas ang iyong global competence. All right. So a step-by-step guide to teaching English online. So of course, a quick introduction. My name is Lian. I'm a TESOL certified instructor, teaching since 2006. So that's almost 20 years by next year. Okay. So anyway, that's pretty much sums up everything. Okay. And all right. So to start it off, the goals and objective of this presentation would be, first of all, to learn the basics, understand what ESL teaching is all about, know yourself, prepare the basic requirements, gain confidence, and of course, get hired. So, here, what is ESL teaching? Okay, so para po sa mga hindi nakaalam, ano ba talaga ang pagtuturo? Ano ba itong ESL English, ESL teaching? English lang ba to? Pagtuturo lang ba? Basic, ABC, abakada? Ay, hindi po. Okay, so the practice of instructing non-native English learners, it takes a whole lot of courage, a whole lot of confidence, and yes, a plethora of skills, okay, and talent. All right, so especially if you'll be handling video classes. All right, so yeah, first of all, you help the students to improve their reading, writing, speaking, listening, but there is one more skill, okay, which is confidence. Okay, because yung ibang mga yung ibang mga estudyante, hindi naman nila kailangan na ng practice ng reading, ng writing, mostly just to check. Okay? Reading comprehension nga para sa mga ibang Pilipino, kailangan pa rin may hugot. Ayun. So, listening and speaking, they need someone to practice that with. But, karamihan po sa mga nag-aaral ng Ingles ay mas gusto nila na i-guide sila yung, or tulungan silang mag-gain yung confidence kasi matagal na sila nag-aaral ng Ingles. Bata pa lang. Meron silang mga after-school activities. Okay? So, ganon. And, importante talaga para sa kanila na ma-improve or ma-maintain yung kanilang kumpiyansa sa sarili. Okay? Because, kaya nga, yun yung pinagkaiba ng mga native speakers. Confident sila. Kasi yun yung pinaka kinalakihan nilang pananalita o lingwahe. So, yun lang. Gusto nilang maging naturally, when they want to speak naturally, okay, English. All right. So yeah. So hopefully, these are the things that you could help or mabigyan nyo ng mapagtuunan nyo pa ng pansin para sa mga non-native. Okay. So yes. And next, what does ESL teaching involve? So as mentioned, language instruction. Okay, basic na grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and fluency. All right, so that's number one, language instruction. What else? Skill development. Instruction covers the 4 language skills like mentioned, kaya nung nabanggit ko na kanina, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Okay, speaking. So next, cultural context. Ano pa ba? Teachers need to provide cultural context, support students in navigating new cultural and educational environments. So halimbawa, yung student gusto niyang mag-travel to London. So you have to engage the student. This is the culture in London. This will be the situational experience, you might expect, and these are the pronunciations. So they don't say water like in America, they say water. So when you go over the pond, yun yung term, when you cross over the pond, it means like pag nag-travel ka to a different country from America to the UK or Great Britain, so then it changes. Okay, so another interesting example is in the States, they say elevator. Okay, and in British English, they would say lift. Okay, can you hold the lift, please? So can you please hold the elevator? Okay, what else? Basta may mga different scenarios, different contexts, different words. Okay, so you need to support the student whether they want to study American English or British English. Very good observation or point to learn or punto de vista is that with Chinese students, the pronunciation itself, right? Teacher, I think I'm more accustomed to saying tomato. Oh, that's a very good pronunciation. Actually, tomato or tomato, they're both acceptable. It just depends which side of the pond you are. Okay, so tomato, vitamin, English, American English. Tomato, vitamin, British English. Okay, so that's a good context. All right, so there are other cultural lessons or cross-cultural lessons that you could provide to the students. You have to learn to adjust, to adapt, and to research. Especially for Asian learners, there are huge differences teaching Koreans, teaching Japanese students, Vietnamese, or Chinese students, of course. And of course, aside from that, Taiwanese students. All right, they have different cultural backgrounds, they have different norms and pronunciation notes that you need to pay attention to. Okay, so next one, we have tailored instruction, like I mentioned kanina lang po. Lessons, you have to learn how to adapt the lessons to meet the basic needs, goals, and proficiency levels of each student. Okay, so for example, student 1, gusto niyang mag-phone English, business English, or let's say yung mga examples na ibibigay niyo po for each situational approach. Okay, so it depends. Not all students the same as, mga tao. Hindi tayo pare-pareho. Tayo ay nilikhang magkakaiba. Okay, so ganun din sana ang lesson. So you have to prepare to adjust and to adapt your teaching style, your teaching approach. Depende po sa pangangailangan ng estudyante, sa gusto nilang yung sa pinaka punto ng pag-aaral nila. Okay, yung iba gustong mag-aral ng pronunciation, mag-improve ng speaking, mag-practice for a job interview, to travel, and madami po. Sa pagtuturo po ng Ingles sa mga iba't ibang lahi, marami po kayong may encounter, marami po kayong mahaharap na tao. Maraming kultura, kakaiba, at nakaaliw at minsan nakababaliw. Okay? So, yun po, basic. But of course, again, these are just mga pinaka-main lang. Marami pa po yung nakasingit. Okay, so, moving on. Of course, the next one is, sino ang mga ESL teacher? Masasabi mo ba na marunong ka mag-ABCD? Marunong kang kumanta ng ABCD? So, considered ka na as an ESL teacher? Well, maybe. But lang yun? Tudok lang yun sa malaking mapa. Okay, malaking hakbang na kailangan mo pang gawin. Kasi mga ESL teacher po, qualified po yan. Qualified po kami to teach. Alright, so we take pride our teaching with the skills that we share the students. Okay, so of course, being qualified, it means you have at least bachelor's degree, or kung wala, at least you had o nagkaroon kayo ng angkop na pagsasana, yung proper training, okay, sa pagtuturo ng Ingles, pagpapaliwanag kung bakit ang instead ay nasa unahan, hindi nasa ulihan. Okay, so ano ang ibig sabihin ng only? Ano ang ibig sabihin ng just in the sentence, diba? So paano nyo po magagawa yung inyong mga ngaral, yung inyong mga estudyante? So, you need to support multilingual learners. Okay, you need to adjust to Korean pronunciation, to their tones, na kung paano yung mga tones na, I'm frustrated. Okay, so let me help you. So I can sense that it's a bit challenging. Do you need extra help from teacher? Ganon. So pronunciation, Korean students, mostly L and R, Japanese students, B and V, and then Chinese, Taiwanese students, mostly long A or long vowel sounds, like snake to snack. Teacher, I went to the zoo and I saw a snake. Ay, bakit? Natakot ka sa piatos? Inaano ka ng piatos? Inaano ka ng wikat? Inaano ka ng vinegar pusit? Bakit? Anong inano ka ng snack? No, teacher, snake. So, ganon. It varies, and at least you have to be proactive. Kailangan nyo pong maunahan yung estudyante kung ano yung gusto nilang express, ano yung gusto nilang ipaliwanag para mabigyan nyo sila ng gabay kung paano sila then mag-express, kung paano nila papaliwanag yung kanilang sitwasyon. Okay, paano nila maibabahagi sa ibang tagapakinig ang impormasyon na gusto nila. Kasi ang hirap nun, para bang, ay ano to yung salita na to, kumbaga sa Tagalog na, di ba? Kasi mga Pilipino, hirap na nakaka-frustrate na pag hindi mo ma-explain yung sarili mo. What more pa kung English, kasi hindi mo talaga sariling language, di ba? It's very frustrating. So, kailangan po kalmahin natin and i-guide natin sila na it's okay, kaya mo yan. Okay, I'm here to help you. I'm not here to bite or to to torture you. Okay, so ganun po. So you have to be qualified. You have to be emotionally, mentally somewhat stable to do that. Okay? Para makamit nila yung level or yung punto na gusto nilang makamit kung bakit sila nag-aaral sa inyo or nag-enroll sa klase niyo po. Alright? So ngayon, after netong panunood niyo po sa video na to, gusto ko po sana na itanong niyo sa sarili niyo, ano ka ba? Anong klaseng ESL teacher ka? Ikaw ba si Miss Minchin? Ikaw ba si Miss Rachel? So yun po. Who are you as an ESL teacher? And what motivates you to be one? So bukod sa pera, sa financial motivation, sana meron pang iba. Next, what do you think are your strengths and weaknesses in this field? Ano yung tingin mo na maibabahagi mo o ano yung mga parte mo bilang tao, bilang guro na pwede mo pang mahasa? Okay? So, next po, ano yung pwede mong ibahagi? Ano yung pwede mong maiwan sa mga susunod na mga ESL teacher? Okay? Sa mga bago pa lang. Okay? Hindi yung magda-down ka, magka-crab mentality ka. Rito, ay igigisa kita. Charot. So, ganun. So, who are you? What motivates you? And what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And of course, what can you leave as your legacy in the ESL industry? Sana nawa, pagkatapos nyo pong panoorin itong pagtalakay natin, ay masagot nyo kahit isa o dalawa man lang. Maligaya na ako. Okay? So, yun lang. Moving on. So, we have, number 1, to be an ESL teacher, kailangan kwalipikado. You have to be a bona fide ESL teacher. Alright? So, una, you need to have a bachelor's degree, a teaching certificate, training sessions, gaya po neto, is pat on your shoulder. Good job, teacher. You have taken the first step. Okay? Naihakbang nyo na po ang tamang paa. Nasa tamang direksyon na po kayo. Alright? Next, manood po kayo ng mga video tutorials. Gaya po neto. Kahit anong mga basic, o kung gusto nyo magturo ng IELTS, yes, pwede rin kayo manood naman. Maraming mga video, maraming mga sources po sa internet. Okay, hindi po gaya noon na talagang, experience is the best teacher talaga. So, get bachelor's degree or kung hindi man, at least teaching certificate para alam nyo po yung mga basic, kung ano yung mga unang hakbangin pa lang para makapagturo po kayo at syempre para maka-earn for your family, to be the breadwinner. Okay? So, ano pa yung ibang mga pwede nyong gawin? Of course, una, meron po tayong tinatawag na hard and soft skills training. So, ano tong mga hard and soft skills training, Teacher Leah? So, ito po, una, hard skills, ito yung lesson planning. Paano ka makakapaglikha ng syllabus para sa mga student mo. Paano mo maya-adjust, paano mo maya-angkop yung topic, pinaka-subject sa student mo. Okay, so iba-ibang level, iba-ibang student. So hopefully, mapag-aralan natin kung paano makagawa ng individual or tailored lesson plan. Okay, so syempre, basic training din, grammar and linguistics. Magbasa-basa, makinig sa mga videos, sa mga kanta, pag-aralin nyo, is it, ano yung sinabi ni Teacher Leah nun? At your own risk or on your own risk? Ano ang tama? So, patuloy nyo pong tanungin ang sarili nyo, ano ba tama? Ano, tama ba to? Tama ba yung narinig ko? Ganun. And then, assessment and evaluation. You have to understand, dapat pong unawain natin na iba-iba po ng level ang mga student natin. So, meron po sila A1, B1, or C. So, beginner basic, A1, and then B, intermediate, and C is advanced. So, C2, which means very advanced, high advanced. So, tatlo po yan, pero kung tutuusin, ano po yan? Siyam po ang pag-bracket. So, beginner, meron pong low beginner, and meron ding high beginner. Intermediate, merong low intermediate, meron ding high intermediate. The same for advanced. Ganun din po. So ngayon, kailangan nyo malaman ano ba yung level ng student. Okay, low beginner. Okay. So, kailangan to he is, she is, basic sentence pattern. Intermediate. Okay, so vocabulary, yun ang bigay mo sa estudyante. And then, of course, pag advanced student na, more on practice. More on naturalization of the sentence. Importante ito para malaman, siyempre kung mag-i-enroll, siyempre kung gusto nyo po na magkaroon ng mga private students, right? Kailangan mabigay nyo, okay, so ikaw student, dama ko ang hirap mo sa ganito. I know this is your level and I can help you move to the next one. Okay, ma-achieve mo yung next leveling. Alright, so ganun po. And next, syempre language instruction methodologies. Ano pa ba yung mga metodolohiya na pwede nyong matutunan? Okay, yung iba, itatalakay po natin yan sa susunod na mga pahina. Alright? So next, classroom management techniques. Ano yung mga gabay, ano yung mga alituntunin na dapat nyong malaman para ma-maintain nyo na produktibo at epektibo ang bawat klase sa inyo ng estudyante. So, educational technology use, basic, at least makaano kayo ng mga dictionary, makaano kayo ng mga translation. Iba-iba po ang technology, dapat at least Google Translate, Google Docs, or Google Presentation. And bukod pa dun yung mga platform. Yung mga Koreano, gusto nila ng Zoom or Teams. Pag Chinese, gusto nila VooV, ClassIn, or pag mga Japanese naman, gusto nila Teams, Zoom, Google Meet. So at least alam nyo po yung mga basic pag-check, pag-type, yung mga ganun-ganun po. Okay, so we will go through that sa next na mga videos naman po kasi mahaba-haba na siya. So ngayon, next naman, pronunciation and phonology instruction. So ito po ang mga pagbibigkas, ang phonolohiya. So at least alam nyo po na ito ang soft TH, ito ang TH, ito ang long A sound, long I sound. Okay? So at least magaguide nyo yung student kasi nababasa nyo yung IPA or yung KK pronunciation or at least standard phonology. So next, writing and reading instruction. So, mabigyan nyo po ng tips and tricks yung students kung paano magiging mahusay or agaw pansin ang kanilang pagsulat, kung ano yung tamang introduction, title pa lang dapat. Ay, ganun na. And the same with the reading. Paano magiging produktibo yung pagbabasa nila? Paano nila mahanap yung mga key points? Saan dapat tumingin? Ganun po. Okay? And next, lesson differentiation. Almost the same din sa assessment and evaluation. Adjust nyo lang po yung lesson. Okay? So, itong lesson na to, need sentence pattern, grammar. Itong lesson na to, application na nung ibang lesson or just a review or even application, theory application ba? Ganun. So at least, alam nyo po yung iba-ibang lesson, alam nyo yung iba-ibang approach na magagamit para maging successful ang student engagement. Okay? Susunod po, cross-cultural communication. So, gaya po ng sabi ko kanina, bawat nationality, iba-iba po talaga sila ng ginagamit na pananalita ng translation. So, hihimay-himayin po natin yan sa mga susunod na video. So, of course, meron tayong hard, meron din tayong soft skills bilang ESL teacher. So, una, communication skills. Dapat po at least marunong tayo ng pronunciation, marunong tayo ng accent modulation, hindi yung pure Filipino na falling lahat. So, did you eat? Did you eat? So, dapat na-adjust po natin at basic din na may parang ito yung sinasabi ko sa mga coaches, sa mga students ko mismo. You need to develop your ear for English. Oy, TM yan. Ako nag-invent niyan. Ear for English. What does it mean? Ano yung sabihin na to? Yung tipong may sinabi pa lang or nanonood ka ng balita, nakikinig ka ng English or kahit ano. Ay, parang mali. Ay, makatinting ako. Ano daw yung sabi niya? Ano daw? Huh? Have you teached? Ay, okay. Yung tipong ganun, nade-develop yung ear nyo. Na parang may mali, may something na hindi ako kampante sa sinabi nito. So, ganun. Communication skills, that's the basic. Okay? Next, empathy and cultural sensitivity. So, sabihin nyo na yung mga Chinese, mga ganito, yung mga Japanese, so mga Korean, so at least dapat naunawaan nyo na ano yung hirap sa kanila. Gusto nila na may nakikinig, may nakaunawa ng pangailangan nila na bilang tao pa rin. Okay? So, yun. And, ano yung sunod? Meron ka dapat patience at flexibility. Meron ka dapat na matinding pasensya. Ganun, tinapay lang. So, pasensya. And then, flexibility. So, be flexible then, okay? But of course, not to the point naman na baling-bali na po kayo sa pag-a-adjust. Okay? So, ganun. It has to be reasonable. Alright? So next, confidence builders. Ngayon, kailangan yung i-build yung confidence nila na kaya mo yan. Ano ka ba? Ay, ang galing yung punto, your pronunciation, multi-talented student, ganyan. So, it has to be a good experience. You need to give that vibe, your good vibe mode, at least, ay, kahit hindi ako masyadong nakakapagsalita, basta marinig ko lang yung simple, good job, Leticia, yung clap ka nice. So, at least, nabibuild yung kanilang self-confidence. Hindi po ang self-pity. Okay? Ay, mali na sinabi mo. Ay, sinabi ko na sa'yo, paulit-ulit yung mali-mali mo, ganyan. Ano ba? Again, I am, you are, we are. Okay, so, X. Ganon. So, wag pong ganon. Okay, so, kailangan sandwich technique. Tinapay, positive. Oh, okay, wow. So, A for effort. And then, pinakapalaman. However, I think you could say, remember, subject plus verb, and then, yun na yung positive. Positive, negative, positive. Okay, so ganon. Hindi po negative. Ay, negative din ang feedback ni student. Alright? So ganon. So at least, build the confidence of the student and encourage them more. All right. So ganon. And then of course be creative with your explanations, with your lesson activities or yung mga hindi po pa ulit-ulit na let's read. So try mo rin, okay, how about reading this part? What do you think? What does this line mean? So as a doctor, as a surgeon, do you think you can use this? Mga ganung approach. Dapat be creative. Okay? So, hindi yung paulit-ulit. So, hindi paulit-ulit na tinapay. Dapat, or hindi paulit-ulit na kanin. Dapat may fried rice with egg, may konting karne. So, at least i-adjust nyo po sa panlasa ng estudyante ng inyong mag-aaral. Okay? So, yon. And then, motivational skills. Gaya po na sabi ko, pag-develop ng kumpiyansa ng estudyante nyo, dapat ma-motivate nyo rin sila na kaya mo yan. Pa-practice natin yan next time. Huwag kang ma-stress. Okay? Ayan, kasi isipin nyo na lang po, psychologically, mentally speaking, kung yung experience nyo po sa klase ay nakakatakot, nakaka-pressure, nakaka-overwhelm, uulit ba kayo? Di ba hindi? So, si student, kung sa trial lesson pa lang, ay hindi na siya na-motivate, hindi siya na-feel good sa klase nyo, then hindi na siya babalik. Hindi na kayo i-refer. Ngayon, kung gusto nyo magkaroon ng private students, ito ang pinaka-importante. Kasi maraming mga guro online, ano ang pinagkaiba mo? Ano ang selling factor mo? Alright? You need to be motivational, okay? In class. Alright. So next, adaptability. You need to adjust. You need to adapt. And again, be creative. Alright? Iba-iba po ang mga pumapasok sa ating klase. Iba-iba po ang nagla-login. So, dapat iba-iba rin ang approach. Hindi pare-pareho. And then, conflict resolution. So, halimbawa, si student lagi nagko-complain. Laging ganito. Si teacher hindi naman ganyan. So, at least, wag nyo pong damdamin. Kasi una sa lahat, hindi nyo mapi-please lahat. Alright? So, if may conflict something, you have to understand as the student. So, I think, we got off the wrong foot or something. So, feeling ko parang nagkamali lang tayo ng pag-intindi sa isa't isa. So, how to do that? Basically, i-type nyo po yung sinasabi nyo. Kasi minsan, hindi lang nila nag-guess, hindi lang naiintindihan. And baka may pinagdaraanan yung student. Or baka may pinagdaraanan si teacher. So, breathe in, breathe out, count 1 to 10. If it doesn't work, count again. Okay, so ganun. Conflict resolution. Conflict can be for both of you and the student or just within yourself. Unawain niyo po muna and then you can solve the situation. Okay? And again, teamwork and collaboration. You need to develop na hindi po tayo dapat nag-iisa. Okay? Marami pong mga grupo, marami pong support system online. Marami po tayong Filipino ESL groups, alright? So at least be kind, be thoughtful, be mindful, and be respectful na lang po. Kasi again, iba-iba po tayo ng pinagdaraanan, iba-iba po tayo ng background in life. Okay? So, yun lang. Teamwork and collaboration. Be sociable. Be understanding. Be considerate. Mapang-unawa po dapat. Okay? Next, reflective practice. Ito, ilang beses ko na sinasabi to sa mga training ko. Do not compare yourself to other teachers. Si teacher ay ganito ang enrollment. Ay si teacher ganito ang booking. Ay si teacher ganito. Again, compare yourself only to yourself. Okay? Ay, yesterday, ganito yung naging klase ko. Okay kaya yun? So, always question. Always aim for improvement. Okay, on your own self. Ayun, so reflective. Always ask yourself, did I do it right? Did the student learn? May natutunan ba yung estudyante ko sa mga klase ko? Always reflect on your actions, ating mga sinasabi, sa ating mga gawain, at sa ating pananaw sa buhay. Okay, hindi sa pananaw ng ibang tao, pananaw nyo lamang po ang importante at mahalaga. Uy, ulit-ulit. So, ayan. Hopefully, that sums up the hard and soft skills kasi mahaba-haba po. Next, we have, of course, preparing the basic requirements. Ito po, there are two types. Meron po tayong main, which is yung inyong CV, yung resume, or kasi ito po ang inyong calling card. Okay, next, degree education, your English skills, documentation, kung ano yung mga TOR nyo, diploma, or teaching certificate. Yun po. And then, of course, experience. Okay, mag-attend po kayo ng mga demo lessons and kung ano-ano pong mga different scenarios online. Marami po yan. Okay? And then, you need to prepare your introduction script. Kung wala pa po kayo, hindi nyo pa po alam kung ano yung sabihin nyo, or kung wala pong binigay na requirements yung company, pack po yung example script ko doon sa aking Facebook page. Okay? Message nyo lang po at madali lang pong isend sa inyo. And very useful po yung content. Alright? So, introduction script, ano ba to? Pang audio? Pang video? Siyempre, kung audio, just focus at una sa lahat, kailangan quiet. Use your best headset and introduce yourself. Dapat hello pa lang. Ay, interview ka na agad. Hello! Ganun. Hindi yung hello. And then, of course, if video, you have to prepare your background. It has to be neat and wala pong sabog-sabog, and then proper angle sa camera. Hindi po yung camera andito sa baba niyo po. So, adjust po tayo. Okay? Very technical na po yan. So, you need to understand kung ano yung pangailangan, ano yung dapat setup ng audio and ng video. Wala na yung mga bonggang-bonggang, ano to mga pag-edit-edit. Kasi, sometimes it's distracting. So, perfect yung may mga edit pala kung magpo-post kayo sa Rednote, kung magbibigay kayo ng sample direct students. But for companies, gusto nilang makita. Una pa lang ay perfect to si teacher, professional looking. So again, ito po ang mga main requirements, and then the technical, teaching device, PC, mobile phone, tablet, ano yung requirements ng company. Kasi yung iba may mga system sila na hindi kaya ng ganitong specs ng computer. So para rin po sa ikabubuti nyo yun. Kaysa naman bumili kayo ng mamahaling computer, hanap po muna ng pwede sa kay tablet lang. Okay? And of course, internet. You need to have a stable internet connection. Alright? And next, headphones. Mag-invest po tayo sa headphones na noise cancelling. Again, there are two types of noise cancelling headsets. One, noise cancelling sa microphone para hindi po naririnig ng tao sa kabilang linya kung ano yung ingay, kung ano yung wolf chicken, kung ano yung iyak ng ganito, yung TV, ganyan. And of course, the other type of noise cancelling is yung headset cancelling. So, hindi nyo maririnig kung ano yung nagaganap sa paligid nyo para hindi kayo nadidistract. Alright, so for me, okay na ako ng one ear lang para at least aware ako kung ano yung ganito. But, of course, depende pa rin. Again, situational. Okay? Yon. But I think as long as you're in a quiet place, peaceful. Peaceful talaga. Nasa sementeryo. So, peaceful situation, then it's fine. Okay? As long as boses nyo lang ang naririnig ng inyong estudyante. Okay? So, next, camera, syempre, di ba? Pero again, depende yan. Kung gusto nyo lang ng audio classes, then wala ng camera. Ngayon, mas marami kasi ang company na nag-hire ng video classes. Lastly, teaching condition, teaching environment. Okay, safe ka ba sa lugar mo na pinagkaklasihan mo? Baka naman sarap-sarap ng upo mo dyan, tapos nasa labas ka, tapos ma-hold up ka, manakaw yung tablet mo or ano. Basta at least teach your safety should be your main priority. Okay? Ayun. And then environment, yung teaching condition nyo. Okay? Kung malamig or mainit, at least dapat komportable kayo po. Kasi kung tuloy-tuloy po ang inyong klase, mahirap po na uncomfortable kayo, masakit sa likod. And syempre, kailangan ingatan nyo po ang inyong kalusugan dahil the longer you are healthy, the longer you are earning for the family. Di po ba? So, yun po talaga. As in kailangan yung condition is pack na pack sa inyong panlasa. Okay? So, moving on, ito yung importante. Know yourself. Okay, ano yun? Ano yung pagkilati sa inyong sarili? Dapat alam nyo ang inyong mga kahinaan, maging gramatika, ang inyong punto, ang inyong tono, or ang inyong teaching style, or attitude, confidence. Okay, dapat improve nyo rin yan. And then, of course, class, time management. I-train nyo po. You have to know, okay, I need to improve on that. I need to know na greetings, hello and goodbye, 2 minutes maximum, and then actual lesson spread kung 25 minutes or kung 15 minutes. Okay? Marami po tayong pattern, and again, depende po sa lesson format and then sa level ng student. So, dapat mag-a-adjust tayo doon. Okay, so next, ano ba ang inyong kalakasan nyo bilang tao, bilang teacher? Yung iba gusto talaga business lessons or mga formal kasi hindi nila kayang mag-exert ng energy, hindi nila kayang maging clown teacher, ganun. So, it depends. Yung iba naman gusto ng free talk lesson. They want to think outside the box. And then, syempre, pag free talk lessons talaga, masarap yan. Lalo na pag yung engaged din yung student. Ay, perfect. And then, specialized or customized lessons. Yung ibang teacher, gusto talaga nila na nagko-customize ng lesson kasi dun yung bentahin nila eh. 'Di ba? Kung gusto ni student ng pure phone lessons, then kaya nilang mag-create ng lesson plan within, let's say, a day, kung ano yung mga standard hello and goodbye, mga greetings, and then ano yung mga spills or script and common issues when having phone English compared to just standard English. So, ayun, depende. Okay? So, at least alam nyo na kung ano yung mga kahinaan nyo at kalakasan nyo bilang guro. So, mapagtutuunan nyo pa ng pansin ang mga dapat nyong i-improve. Okay? So, next, ano ba yung preference mo as a teacher? Gusto mo ba yung schedule mo is pang umaga, hapon, gabi, or graveyard? Iba-iba po tayo ng preference. Iba-iba po tayo ng gusto or kung saan tayo komportable. Ayun po. So, next naman system. Yung iba gusto booking, yung iba gusto regular, yung iba gusto standby or substitute teacher. Yung iba naman flexible or yung iba flexi-regular. Marami pong system for teaching. Okay? So, yun po ang iba-ibang system, iba-ibang sistema ng pagtuturo or pagbibigay ng inyong oras ng inyong schedule. So, ngayon, meron ding weekly hours. Ano bang gusto nyong minimum hours? Gusto nyo ba yung 10 hours? Gusto nyo ba yung 16 or 15 hours minimum? Or gusto nyo ba ng 20? Or yung walang minimum hours? Depende po sa inyo. Okay, bukod sa schedule, meron din tayong preference, of course, as students. Nationality ng students. Mas bet nyo bang magturo ng Koreano? Mas bet nyo bang magturo ng European, ng Chinese students, or Japanese students? Iba-iba po. Dapat magamay nyo kung saan kayo mas mabenta. Mabenta. So, sunod naman, age ng student. Mas okay ba kayo bilang teacher of young learners or K-12 or mas bet ba kayo ng mga adult learners? Ganon. So, bukod sa edad, syempre meron din tayong motivation or purpose. Ano yung motivation ng students? Gusto na lang ba nila na practical lesson, grammar structure, or gusto nila na wala, chika lang, chat lang, ganon. So, depende po kung ano yung preference nyo pa rin. And, teaching types. Gusto nyo ba ng video type, audio type, chat, writing? So, in the past, meron po na chat lang. As in, chat. Ta-type lang kayo. Hi, hello. Parang kayo yung chat support, tapos i-guide nyo lang. So, kailangan talaga mabilis ang inyong typing dito. Yung iba naman, writing. Magsasubmit sila student ng essay, ng diary for you to review, for you to proofread, to check kung ano yung mga tone, modern, professional tone, friendly, or just a casual tone. Ngayon, yung ibang company, pag sinasabi nila na chat-based, ibig sabihin, chika-chika lang. Alright, so kailangan nyo pong i-confirm ano yung teaching type nito, chat as in chat, or chat as in just verbal chatting, chitty chatter. So, another teaching type na pwede nyo pong i-consider kung bet nyo is one-on-one or group. Yung iba gusto one-on-one para makafocus at hindi sila madidistract and very effective yung class. However, yung iba naman mas gusto group kasi maraming magpa-participate. So at least, depende po kung ano yung gusto nyong teaching type dito, group or one-on-one. So of course, kailangan ikilalanin nyo rin yung company. Okay? Gusto nyo bang maging bahagi ng company na masyadong maano sa penalty, masyadong nangi-stress ng mga teacher? Ay, ekis. So again, know the company, ano yung details ng application, ano yung details ng job post, student, sahod, basta maraming information na dapat yung alamin sa pagkilatis ng kumpanya na gusto nyong applyan. Okay? So, mag-check po ng mga reviews and syempre, andyan po ang sahod. Bukod po sa base rate, may iba pa bang bonus, may iba pa bang incentives. Okay? And of course, yung ibang teacher naman, hindi naman din sila focused din sa earnings kasi ano yung ibang benefits? Yung iba, may financial and then non-financial. Ano yung non-financial benefit? Ay, marami po yan. Yung iba, nag-offer ba ng HMO? Yung iba, nag-offer ba ng teaching certificates? Yung iba, nag-offer ba ng career growth? From teacher, pwede ka ba maging coach? Pwede ka ba maging team leader? Mga ganun. So, yung iba, iba-iba talaga ng benefits na gusto sa company. Okay? And, yung iba, yes, kaya yung masasabi ko, okay din mag-start kayo ng low rate kasi ang benefit na dapat yung hanapin doon, yung experience, yung stepping stone para makaahon sa sitwasyon nyo. Okay? So, iba-iba po tayo ng benefits na gusto na makuha sa isang company. So, depende po sa inyo yan. Okay? Alin po ang nababagay, alin ang naangkop, at alin ang kaya nyong makamit. Alright? And then, yung iba, syempre focus din, ano yung application process? Gaano katagal ang application process? Mabilis lang ba? Ano yung mga requirements nila? Yung ibang company niyan, basta CV and audio or introduction lang, okay na. Yung iba naman, kailangan may magsasubmit kayo ng ganito, ng ganyan, NBI. So, depende po, ano yung application process na gusto nyo? Mabilisan lang ba? Para alam nyo kung pasa o bagsak and move on agad or yung mata. So, again, depende po sa inyo yan. Know the company. Yun po ang pinaka-point natin dito. Alright? So, easily, you can say DREBA. Okay, so details, reviews, earnings, benefits, and application process. Paano yung pag-apply? Okay, wag po tayo maghaw-haw-haw lang. Alright? High blood talaga sa haw. Yun. And then, of course, moving on, start applying na. Pag alam nyo na yung weaknesses nyo, alam nyo na yung strengths nyo bilang teacher, and then, na-ready nyo na lahat. So, makapili na kayo ng company nyo na pag-applyan. Siyempre, i-research nyo muna, okay ba ang reviews dito? Na-check ba nila kung ano yung needs ko? Basta-basta, wag lang po tayo basta-basta mag-a-apply. Okay? Dapat alamin nyo kung sa anong pinapasok nyo. Alright? Ano ang pinapasok nyo? Ano ang mapapala nyo? At ano ang matututunan nyo? Yun lang sana. Okay? And of course, i-review nyo yung hiring application process. 5 days ba? Alam ko na. Or maghihintay ba ako ng 1 week or 2 weeks? Ano to? Alright? Para hindi kayo nagagahol, hindi kayo na-overwhelm. Alright? Sa lahat-lahat. Next. Yun, i-prepare nyo na yung requirements. I would suggest, imumungkay po sa inyo na unahin nyo po muna yung inyong CV. Dapat po updated, and kung mag-a-apply po kayo bilang teacher, dapat po nakafocus yung skills nyo dun sa teaching experience. Wag po yung may mga volunteer ng ganito or yung customer support pero Tagalog, Filipino account, local account. Okay din yun. Pero kung mag-a-apply kayo sa VA or mag-a-apply kayo as a call center agent, okay, sa BPO, adjust din po. Alright, and then, aside from CV, your teaching CV, yung video, yung script, para i-adjust nyo lang. Oh, last year, ano yung script ko? I've been teaching for 5 years. Oh, 1 year ago na. Okay, so 1 year passed. So, I've been teaching for 6 years. Ganon. So, syempre, depende pa rin. So, I would suggest i-prepare nyo yung CV and then yung inyong editable. Yung pwede nyong i-customize na script. Alright, and then, of course, send nyo na ang inyong application. Pag feel nyo, this is it, pansit, go na. And then, wait na lang po ng result. So, again, review, application process, maybe 5 days, pwede na kayo mag-ask ng update. Normally yan, okay? But for some, again, reading comprehension, unawain nyo po yung post ng company. Pag sinabi nila na, if you haven't heard from us, after 5 days, please consider it as a failed application. Yun. So, tanggapin po natin, move on, and then, kung pwede i-review nyo, ano yung sinend nyo, ano yung mga, bakit kaya hindi. So, ayun lang. Okay? Matatapos na po tayo. And again, final notes na lang po. Remember to be open to further learning. Alright? Kailangan i-guide nyo rin yung sarili nyo. Ay, pwede pa ako matuto ng TPR. Marami pa akong metodolohiya sa pagtuturo ng Ingles na kaya ko pang matutunan at i-improve. Okay? Or ma-master. Okay? Ano yung mga new filters? Ano yung mga tools na pwede nyong gamitin in class and to better yourself. Improve nyo po yung sarili nyo. Alright? And then, be kind to yourself. Okay? So, ay, hindi ako nakapasa. Ang syunga-syunga. Parang ganon. Kasi wala nang ibang uunawa sa inyo kundi sarili nyo lang. Remember, always be kind to yourself and to others. Alright. Next, be thankful. Kung little improvements man yan or little steps in training or accent, mga ganun, the little things. Be thankful, be grateful because they exist. Okay? Yun lang. And then, most importantly, know your worth. Again, kung ang habol nyo is experience lang, sige, push na po muna kayo kahit mababa ang sahod. But at least, wag naman po yung mababa na yung sahod tapos 200% ang penalty. Diyos mio, marimar. Tipong sahod mo 200 per hour tapos pag maka-absent ka lang kahit hindi mo sadya, magne-negative ang sahod nyo. Or at least, yung alam nyo na itatrato kayo bilang tao, bilang guro, hindi bilang basahan na pwede lang ilang paso kahit saan. Okay? Yun lang po. And sana nawa, marami po kayo natutunan dito sa ating lecture. Okay? So, that's it. Maraming salamat po sa oras na inyong itunoon sa video na ito. Sa uulitin, paalam!